wanna be lazy.
We didn't have to do it twice.
I long to
Okay.
be.
No.
Hi, friends.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Welcome.
To
Welcome
Amuse
to this
Bouche.
Amuse Bouche.
I think we're negligent in saying the name of the podcast that often.
We are. We must repeat it some more.
Yes. Yes, this is a podcast where I, Addy, and you,
Me, Julie.
that's right. We like to do a positive distraction for the week, but it's just a 45-minute distraction, so it's really just an amuse bouche of a
It's
positive
just
distraction.
a little flavor, a little taste of what is
Yes.
out there.
We're gonna relax a little. We're gonna have a lesson where we learn
Yes.
something interesting.
A morsel, if you will, a morsel of information.
Just literally one bite of, which is what an amuse bouche is.
It
It's
is,
just
so it works.
amuse your bouche, which is your mouth. And yeah, and I will quiz Julie on slang because we like to do that.
It's always
And
fun.
then I'll show her a picture of a weird animal, and she has to guess what its name is.
My favorite part, learning about an animal.
I know, and they're always so
So
cute.
cute. So cute.
Oh,
All right, friend.
let's breathe, shall we?
Work me through the breathing, which I've needed desperately today, and I've been excited for you to do with me. It's one of those days.
I completely understand. Okay, so today we will do some box breathing, and we're going to hold it for a count of 4. If you can close your eyes, I recommend it so you can kind of really enhance that relaxation moment. If you cannot close your eyes because you are driving, I beg you not to. Just breathe with us, and that is enough. Okay.
It is.
So, Julie, close your eyes, and we're going to do a nice big inhale. And inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4.
A lovely reset. Truly, truly, truly. Yeah, it always feels so calming. I don't know. I've said this before. I'm not sure how good a listening it is if you don't intend to breathe with us, but breathe with us because it is remarkable how much it does for you in such a small span of time.
Yeah,
Okay,
and since
my friend.
since I'm doing the counting, like you can just do that anywhere, even publicly. Who's gonna know?
No, who's gonna know?
Who's gonna know?
My darling dearest, my foodie friend, I have some fun stuff for you today. But first, let's start with a question. Have you ever been eating something and been like, who thought to put this in their mouth first? Like, why is this a thing? Right?
Sure.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of things that humanity's culinary choices have been questionable at times.
Sure.
And sometimes
I didn't really ever think about it until when I worked for the big bag company Starbucks. We learned about that really rare coffee that is eaten by that one big cat, and then they excrete it, and then they take those coffee beans that have been gone through the digestive system of a cat, and they
No, thank you. No, thank you. Why? Why would somebody say, I mean, unless you're literally like out in the wilderness with nothing to eat or drink. Why? But okay, Starbucks, I'm sure, made tons of money from it. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think we didn't sell that, which is we learned the history of coffee, and that was one of the rarest coffees. And
thank God. I don't want to know I ingested that.
You would not. It's very expensive because,
No thanks.
Yeah.
No. So many things are very expensive that are weird that I wouldn't want to put in my mouth. I mean, really.
Yes.
So let's start with my sources. Of course, the Smithsonian, of course, Encyclopedia Britannica, of course, a fantastic book, which I highly recommend if your library has it, which my library did. It's called The Oxford Companion to Food by Alan Davidson. And it is a wild ride. It talks about so much cool stuff. Plus the pictures are great. The World's Carrot Museum. Did you know there was one? There is.
What?
History.com. I know.
Museum?
Go online. It's there. There's a carrot museum. And so, yes, that's one thing we will talk about today. And of course, the Smithsonian, because the Smithsonian knows everything and has everything. That's all right. Let's start with the one that I found so perfect, because not only do I love them, I think you love them. I think most of the world loves them. Potatoes. Potatoes. Somebody dug up a lumpy brown thing and was like, let's eat it. Let's decide if we can eat it. Milk also, I just want to say, milk. Someone saw a baby cow eating and was like, that looks fucking refreshing. I don't know. Why did we put milk in us? So any of the foods sitting in our kitchen often have stories that are surprising or interesting, like ketchup, which you taught us all about in that episode, chocolate, cheese. We know lots of good things. So for this one, I decided to do like 10 that have short, small things we can talk about, but still are fascinating. And let's see. Like I said, I want to start with potatoes, because if I could list all the ways I love potatoes, it would never end. Potatoes are, and I do live in Idaho, so it's fair to say, but it is kind of one of the world's most favorite comfort foods, Addy.
Absolutely.
French fries are the top of my list. I love a fucking mashed potato, love a hash brown, love a potato chip. I mean,
lately we've been doing jacket potatoes, which is basically you bake a potato, split it open, and then you pile it with different types of food.
So good.
I think this week, Gary and I, we cooked some chicken and we put some cheese down, put the chicken on, put a little sauce on there. It was just
load
delicious.
of veggies. There's never, look, we make baked potatoes at least once a month for dinner. It is just that. And we will have it stuffed with veggies or chili and cheese, or just like, there are so many ways to eat a potato, so much more nutritious than people give it credit for. But the list of ways you can eat potatoes is a long one, so I won't do them all. But when potatoes were first arriving, they arrived in Europe in the late 1500s after Spanish explorers encountered them in South America. And people were suspicious. I mean, it's a root. It is kind of strange. The potato had been cultivated in the Andes Mountains for thousands of years by indigenous people, especially the Inca, who knew exactly how nutritious and reliable it was. In fact, potatoes helped sustain entire civilizations at high altitudes where many other crops just wouldn't grow. The Spanish explorers brought them back to Europe, and Europeans were like, absolutely not. We're not eating those. Because part of the problem is that they are part of the nightshade family, and the nightshade family includes many poisonous plants, which can be dangerous. They also grew underground and were quite ugly. So they're hidden beneath the dirt. That's really suspicious. And people thought they caused diseases like leprosy because the skin was rough and bumpy and dark. It's not sound medical research, but people had to rely on their instinct when they were discovering new foods. So it took a while for people to understand potatoes. Instead of eating them, people grew potatoes simply because the flowers were pretty. So I sent you a picture. I had no idea potatoes had such pretty flowers. Honestly, I didn't know potatoes had flowers. Did you?
No.
Yeah,
No, I don't
look
think
how
I've
pretty
ever
they are.
Okay.
No, they're in your phone. I sent you pictures.
Yes.
And they come in different colors. I mean, they're lovely. Yeah.
So those flowers they grow out of potatoes?
Those are all potato flowers.
Wow. They are
Um,
quite lovely.
I know. So it wasn't until the 1700s that governments began encouraging people to eat potatoes, especially during times of famine, because they're so
Mhm.
easy to grow. One of
Yeah.
the champions, I loved this story. One of the champions was a French pharmacist by the name of, and I'm going to brutalize this or destroy it, but I'll try, Antoine Augustin Parmentier.
Okay.
It might be Parmentier. I don't know. He survived on potatoes while he was a prisoner during the 7 Years' War. And since he didn't die, and in fact, he stayed quite healthy, he became convinced the potatoes deserved better reputation.
Hmm.
The problem was that he could not convince people of that just by talking about it. So he
Mm.
came up with a fucking fantastic marketing scheme, especially for the time he was living in. He planted tons of potato fields in Paris, and then he stationed armed guards around them during the day. And these armed guards stood guard over the potatoes, and then at night they would leave. And guards disappearing meant that people were sneaking into the fields to steal those potatoes that were so highly guarded because they must be special. And
Yeah.
that's exactly what he wanted to happen. And when you make something forbidden, you increase demand. So it worked. And eventually, potatoes become one of Europe's most important crops and later spread across the globe, where they are the third most important food crop after rice and wheat today.
Okay.
And we're not mad at it. I mean, we eat potatoes all the time in this house, they go with almost everything. So I love them. Okay, that's number one. Let's go on to number two, carrots. As I told you, carrots, lots of information about carrots out there, which shocked me. The original carrots, Addy, weren't orange. You probably
No.
knew that. No, they weren't orange. In fact, if you traveled back about 1,000 years, you'd probably only find purple carrots, possibly some in white or yellow, and even red. I also sent you pictures of beautiful carrots.
Yes.
Wild carrots originated in Central Asia, and the earliest cultivated varieties were often deep purple because they contained pigments called, another word I'm going to have a hard time with here, anthocyanins,
Oh.
the same compound that gives blueberries and purple cabbage their color. So orange carrots didn't become common until the Netherlands in the 1600s. Dutch
Okay.
growers selectively bred carrots that produced more beta carotene, giving them their bright orange color.
Nice.
So there's a popular story about this, but I'm going to give you the story, but we don't know if it's true, but it's still fun to hear. So people say, the popular story is that people say they were bred to honor William of Orange, the Dutch leader whose family color was orange, obviously.
Mhm.
And it's a nice story, but his historians aren't completely convinced that it's true. The timing fits, but there is no direct evidence that patriotic vegetable breeding was actually the cause or the motivation. More likely is just that farmers found that the orange varieties tasted sweeter, people liked them more, and they grew more consistently and were more easily storable. But it's a fun story, so why not share it? Today's orange carrots dominate the grocery stores around the world, but purple carrots never completely disappeared. In recent years, they've had a comeback. They're served in high-end cuisine. You know, people love a colorful plate. They're sold at farmers markets. If you want to try them, you can find them easily. But orange carrots are the newcomers. They are not the original. I thought that was fun. Number 3, croissants. I'm sorry, croissants. I'll speak like a normal American. Croissants. And croissants are not French, Addy. They are not French. We give them credit, but here's what actually happened. I sent you a picture of this too because, again, I found it so fascinating. So we often see croissants in imagery portraying France. It's practically a stereotype, right? I even have like a little sticker book of like French stickers. And yes, there's baguettes and there's the Eiffel Tower, but it's lots of croissants, which is fine. They're adorable. You know, they're adorable. It's along the French theme. Croissants probably did not begin in France at all, though. Most historians trace its roots to Austria. The ancestor of today's croissant was a crescent-shaped pastry called the Kipferl, which I sent you a picture of. It existed in Austria for centuries. The most famous stories say it became associated with the 1683 Battle of Vienna. According to the legend, bakers working before dawn heard Ottoman soldiers tunneling beneath the city walls. They alerted authorities, helping save Vienna from attack. To celebrate the victory, bakers supposedly created pastries shaped like the crescent symbol found on the Ottoman flag.
Oh.
It's a fun story. It's also another one historians debate.
Yes.
There's not much contemporary evidence proving that it happened exactly that way, but regardless of that, whether it's true or not, Austrian pastry absolutely existed long before the French version we know today. So, how did France get involved in this gorgeous, flaky, buttery, delicious thing I would eat 24 hours a day if I could? In the 1800s, Austrian baker August Zang was his name, opened a Viennese bakery in Paris, and Parisians fell in love with his Austrian treats, his pastries.
Okay.
French bakers began adapting the recipes using laminated dough, the magical process of folding butter into dough over and over, butter and bread. I mean, come on. Over and over, creating hundreds of delicate, flaky layers. And that innovation transformed the humble kipferl into the buttery croissant that we know today.
Okay.
So while France absolutely perfected the croissant, we will not take that away from them. They probably didn't actually invent it. Here's another one that I love. Some of the best foods in the world were created almost entirely by accident. That's a lesson. Number 4, the pretzel. I fucking love a hot pretzel, Addy. If you had to guess where pretzels originated, where would you guess?
I don't know. I would say somewhere like Austria, Bavaria, like one of those places,
Right. Germany is my guess, just because they're so popular for their pretzels.
Yeah.
But
Germany, Austria. Yeah.
something around that area. I literally was like, it's got to be Germany. No, it wasn't. So the earliest version of the pretzel likely dates back to around the year 600 in northern Italy. Northern Italy, my people. According to tradition, a monk wanted to reward children who had memorized their prayers. So he rolled strips of dough into a shape that looked like little crossed arms on the chest. I know. Crossed arms in prayer. These little treats were called pretiola, which roughly means little rewards. And then Christianity spread through Europe. I say, she said with disdain. No. And so did pretzels. During Lent, Christians give up so many things: meat, eggs, dairy. So simple bread, which was just flour, water, salt, was very, very popular. And pretzels fit the bill perfectly. Now, eventually, German gets their little hands in there, obviously, and they become very famous because they gave it their chewy, dark brown pretzel that we know today by dipping the dough in a lye solution. Didn't know that. And the chemical reaction creates that shiny crust and the unmistakable flavor, which I love a hot pretzel. It's one of those things that every time I go to the mall, I'm like, well, I have to have a fucking pretzel. I can't say no to a pretzel. Makes me want one now. All right. Number 5, fortune cookies. I love a freaking fortune cookie. Do you like your fortune cookie after dinner or no?
It's all right.
Really? I have to tell you, when I was younger, I didn't like them, and now I really like them. They're very simple, but I appreciate that. So they aren't Chinese. Is that a surprise? Probably not.
No,
I
I'm
think
well aware that they're not Chinese.
You know. I'm not teaching you anything, clearly. I'm teaching the people. If anyone's actually listening, then they might be learning.
It's true. Look, I have a degree in culinary arts, and also I just know a lot of things. So, yeah, you don't have to teach me anything. You teach the people listening.
Teach the people. Well, you can add like you always do. So most historians believe fortune cookies were actually created by Japanese immigrants living in California during the early 1900s. There are a few competing claims over exactly who invented them, but the general consensus is that they were evolved from a traditional Japanese cracker called, Sujira Senbai. These cookies contained little fortunes tucked inside, although they looked quite different from today's version. And so, you know how a fortune cookie is dough that's folded almost? Now you can't get to the fortune unless you crack open the cookie and it's inside the cookie. This is just in the fold. So it's just sticking out of the fold. And I sent you a picture of those too.
Yes.
So during World War II, many Japanese Americans sadly were forced into internment camps, which we know. Their businesses closed and Chinese restaurant owners were still able to flourish and stay open. And so after the war, Chinese restaurants adopted fortune cookies, and before long, Americans simply assumed they'd always been Chinese. They are not. Honestly, if you handed someone in Beijing a fortune cookie, they'd probably be confused because it would be like handing us ketchup with our sushi. It's like, what are you doing? What is this? But, they're still delicious.
They're still fun. I still crack it
fun.
open so I can see, what is my fortune?
What's your fortune? All right, this one, first, I don't even know how to say it. Do you? Okay. Worcestershire. That's the way it's spelled, but that's not how it's pronounced. Do you know how to say it? How do you say it?
Worcestershire.
Okay. So I wrote it down that England says Worcestershire, and some people just say Worcester. Worcestershire. I'm not going to say it again. The sauce. So in the 1830s, two English chemists named John Lee and William Perrins were asked to create a sauce a British nobleman had tasted while serving in India. They mixed together vinegar, molasses, tamarind, anchovies, onions, garlic, spices, and it was absolutely freaking disgusting. It was disgusting.
Sure.
And they were two lazy fuckers, so they just left the barrels there. They just neglected the barrels and didn't clean them out. And after some months, once they'd forgotten about them, they were clearing out the warehouse where they had left it, and it had completely transformed into a delicious, fermented, strong flavor that we know today.
It just needed to age.
It just needed to age or be neglected by men. So there you go. Okay. Caesar salad, Addy. Well, do you know where Caesar salad comes from? Tell me you do.
Mexico.
Very good, Addy. Can't teach this girl anything. Caesar salad was created in 1924 by an Italian immigrant named Caesar Cardini, but he owned a restaurant in Tijuana, Mexico. So according to that story, it was the 4th of July weekend. The restaurant was packed and they were running out of food. Instead of panicking, Cardini grabbed what he had left: romaine lettuce, eggs, Parmesan cheese, garlic, olive oil, Worcestershire sauce, lemon juice, croutons, and black pepper, and he tossed everything together. He did it table side to make it feel a little more dramatic, and the customers absolutely ate it up, loved it. So I love that a lot of the stories that I came across were really that these foods exist because people just used what they had available to them.
Ingenuity, man.
Ingenuity, man. The mother of invention, right?
Yes.
Number 8. How about the popsicle, Addy? Do you know the origins of the popsicle?
I actually don't.
Yeah, that's not really a culinary goodie, is it? It's more of a treat from the children. So this was a fun one, actually. In 1905, an 11-year-old boy named Frank Epperson, 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 mixed powdered soda. So it's the same thing we have today, where you can literally just add it to water and it's a flavored drink, kind of like Kool-Aid. Okay.
Yeah.
So he added, exactly. He added powdered soda, is what they called it, to water, and he was mixing it with a wooden stir stick, but he left it outside overnight. And the temperatures dropped below 0. And when he came out the next morning, he pulled it out of the cup and it was like a frozen treat on a stick, right? So years later, he remembered the accident, patented the idea, and originally called them Epsicles because his last name was Epperson. So this is very cute, though. His children called them Popsicles. Like their dads. I know. And it became Popsicles. And that's it. Completely stuck, and now they're everywhere. US calls them popsicles. In like I know Australia and some other places call them ice lollies, which is very cute as well.
Very cute.
Adorable. All right, number 9, graham crackers. Do you like graham crackers?
I do like a graham cracker. I have fond graham cracker memories from childhood.
Me too. Childhood. So my grandmother always served me plain graham crackers with peanut butter on it, which sounds bizarre, but tastes delicious. And I have always, and I have them in the cupboard right now, loved the cinnamon ones. Those are so
Yeah,
good.
cinnamon ones are really good.
Yeah, they're so good. So graham crackers. So you and I picture s'mores and cheesecake crusts, but that's not why or how they were invented. But bless, because they're delicious. Again, we love them. They're actually created in the 1800s by a Presbyterian minister. His name was Sylvester Graham, and he believed that people were eating far too many rich, spicy, and processed foods. So he preached that a bland diet made of whole wheat flour would improve both physical health and moral character. That's hilarious. He made a simple unsweetened cracker made from coarse whole wheat. But I wrote, I'm sure that the cinnamon and honey versions we have today would severely piss him off because they're highly processed.
Yeah.
He's so mad.
Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff in the 1800s that was created because they thought that fancy foods were making people more lustful. Which is
like Kellogg's, right? Yes, yeah. The flakes.
So all of this food was created to stop people from masturbating.
That is so wild.
That's what he means.
The plain cornflakes. And then I remember I read something about like Kellogg made them. Post, the man named Post came to visit and wanted to market it. And he said no. So then Post started making all his own cereal. And then Kellogg was like, okay, clearly people like this. I can't imagine life without cereal. I love cereal. I'll have it for dinner if nobody's home. All right. My last one, Miss Addy, nachos. Are you familiar with where nachos come from?
I'm not sure.
Okay. You're trying. It's okay.
I know, I tried.
Trying to pretend you don't know shit. Nachos was one of my favorite origin stories, which is why I left it for last. Here we go. This is kind of cutie. So, in 1943, a group of American military wives crossed the border from Texas into Piedras Negras, Mexico, after a day of shopping. They arrived at a restaurant after the kitchen had already closed. And rather than turn them away, the maitre d', Ignacio Anaya, whose nickname was Nacho, looked around for whatever ingredients he could find. I love that this is one food that there is no debating. We already know exactly where it came from, who made it, and why. That's another reason I ended it. It's very satisfying. So he cut up tortillas and fried them. Brilliant, delicious, fabulous. He covered it with shredded cheese and sliced jalapenos and then put it under the heat in the oven for the cheese to melt. The women absolutely fucking loved them and were like, what is this called? What is this called? And he called it Nachos Special because his name was Nacho. And then over time, it just became shortened to nachos. And now you can have nachos in a million different varieties and delicious flavors. And we have them for dinner sometimes because it's just a taco on a plate. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that is the end of my list of foods with bizarre, strange, fun, unique origin stories. But learning all of this, I felt like the main lesson of today's episode was that some of the greatest foods in history happened because people got creative with what they had on hand instead of giving up or running to the drive-thru or, ordering DoorDash, which we are all guilty of. No shade. I love DoorDash, but
we did it last night.
Get creative. Yeah. The end.
Very nice. Okay. Sorry, kitty. She was sleeping on my
Oh, she likes the paper.
She was. But now she likes the pets. So we're just gonna pet the kitty, soothe the kitty, love the kitty.
Okay. Sorry, kitty girl.
Okay. So I've been throwing old-timey slang at you, Miss Julie.
Yeah, I love it.
Now I'm gonna hit you with some modern slang.
Ooh, modern slang. Oh God, I'm so not hip. Okay.
That's okay. This is not the slang necessarily of our generation.
Oh,
so
okay.
How is that any different than learning about slang from the 30s, right? So
totally.
Some of it you've probably heard, some of it you haven't, just like before. So,
okay.
But this is also fun learning because now if you hear these things, you'll be like, oh,
I know that one. You very frequently teach me things because I don't retain information easily. So I can't remember anything. Give it to me, girl. Give it to me.
So I learned all of this from Merriam-Webster.com. Thanks,
Bless her heart.
Merriam-Webster.
Yeah.
I know. Okay. So if somebody says someone has an aura, like, what would you say that specifically is talking about?
The energy they're giving off?
Kind of. So it's a cool factor, a stylish swagger. Yeah, like,
Oh,
like
okay.
the aura on him is like good, you know?
Okay. All right.
So if someone is aura farming, what do you
They're
think that?
looking for someone with a specific aura?
So it's somebody who's trying to, it's the act of doing something to try to look cool.
Oh, shit. I don't like that. All right.
Yeah.
A poser.
Not
We would say a
necessarily-
poser.
Yes. So like if somebody's just naturally cool, like Pedro Pascal, right? Like he's got a real aura about him, right? And then if some dipshit is trying to cash in on some of that good Pascal flavor, they'd be aura.
Oh, you lost me at Pedro Pascal. I didn't hear anything else you said. I'm just kidding. I totally did.
He's ever so dreamy.
He's so dreamy. Oh, he makes the world a better place just by existing.
Speaking of Pedro Pascal, if I called him a baby girl, what would that mean?
Oh, if you just called, he's a baby girl. Would it be like, well, I don't know. Would you use that to say that he's attractive and wanted? Like wantable?
So a baby girl is a man who is an attractive, charmingly sensitive man.
Oh, it sounds negative, but it's so positive. I love it.
No. It's
Okay.
people on the internet love their baby girls. So
All right.
yes,
Yeah.
if a man gets called a baby girl, it's sort of like also how a lot of women have reframed things to be, instead of a masculine version of something looking through, a man's eye, like, if it's like the way women see men, like what we're actually attracted to, right?
Okay.
We don't actually want Tom Cruise. We want Noah Wiley.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
God, all these thirst traps you're throwing at me today.
I know. Noah Wiley is definitely baby girl. Okay.
He's so fucking dreamy. I mean, so is
Oh,
Pedro.
Jesus.
Imagine
I
them
know.
together in the room. It would be explosive. I'd die. My body
Imagine
would
them
explode.
making out. Okay.
Oh my God. Okay.
We like what we like. Okay, so if I called a woman a baddie, what would I be saying about her?
Ooh, she's a tough cookie. She's a badass. We love her.
She's a confident and attractive
Yeah.
woman.
I love her. You're a baddie, Addy. It
Aw.
rhymes. It's meant to be. It's true.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Julie, surely you have heard of bed rotting.
Yes, I love to.
So
I
it
just
is
want
the
to
practice-
stay in bed. Yeah.
Yes, the practice of staying in bed all day.
Yeah, doing nothing, just being lazy. Feels
Now
good.
this one's an
self-care.
interesting one. I did not
Okay.
know this, and it's totally ridiculous, and I don't think it'll stick around. But
Okay.
do you know what a glizzy is?
No.
Yeah,
It
neither
sounds
did I.
like a fancy drink you order when you go to a bar in Manhattan. What?
It
What's a
does,
glizzy?
but it's a hot dog.
Oh, why is it called a glizzy?
That I do not know.
I don't think it'll stick, but okay. Hot
I
dogs
don't
are
think
fun.
so
They
either.
deserve their own little nicknames.
Okay, so this is an interesting one, and definitely in the frame of pop culture.
Okay.
I was like, oh, that's really cool. So, if were watching a movie and someone got fridged, what do you think that would mean?
I would assume like how we get ghosted or if your fridge, someone gave you the cold shoulder, walked away from you, didn't acknowledge you.
It's
No?
not that obvious, but yes,
Oh.
it is. No, it's not. But so
Okay.
to fridge someone is to kill or harm a character to motivate another character. So we've seen a ton of movies where a wife or a girlfriend gets fridged so that the man now has to do all of the action.
Oh, Okay.
which
Okay.
which is a totally unacceptable storyline at this point, because please stop killing women characters so that a man has a
Stop
rewritten.
normalizing it. Stop normalizing it.
Stop
Yeah.
killing women, even if
Yeah.
it's like fake women on TV and movies. Like, it's just fucking stop it. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Agreed.
fridging is a negative thing, right? So you're like,
Okay.
they totally fridged the female characters so that this jackass can now, get all
Beat
mad and
someone
kill
up.
everybody.
All right.
Okay. I got two types of moms for you. I have an
Uh-oh.
almond. I know.
Oh.
I've got an
Okay.
almond mom. What is an almond mom?
Almond moms are like hippy dippy, like granola mom. That's what we call it. No? What's an almond mom?
No. I mean, that makes sense, and that's what I thought it was going to be. But an almond mom is a mother who pushes her daughter to be skinny through diet.
Fuck that. Terrible.
Correct. So there's also a butter mom.
Who overfeeds?
That's
No?
what I thought it would be too, but a
Yeah.
mother who promotes sensible and moderate eating habits.
Okay. I don't talk about food with my kid at all, honestly. I mean, I talk about what's healthy, like to eat protein and fiber, but I don't talk about food or her body or the intake of food. Feed your body,
No.
period, full stop.
Yeah.
No, I mean, actually,
Well, it sounds
a
like
friend
you're
of
the
a
butter mom.
friend.
So
Yeah.
you're just like, hey, eat if you're hungry, eat
Yep.
nutritious things when you are hungry,
Yeah.
every once in a while treat yourself. Otherwise, move forward.
Yeah, exactly.
Julie, what does it mean if I am California sober?
Only sober when you're in California, but otherwise you drink?
California sober is when you abstain from alcohol but not from using cannabis.
Oh, love it.
I am California sober.
Same. I don't drink alcohol.
Doesn't matter. You don't have to be in California, but I think it's just so prevalent in
Yeah.
California that a lot of people don't drink because it's got a lot of calories, and a lot of people
Yeah.
in California are conscious of that. But
Yeah.
also, a lot of people in California have had substance abuse issues, and so we can't drink. Except weed's not really bad for you, right? It's just an herb.
Mm. Well, also, isn't now 7 different types of cancer are linked to alcohol. It's best to abstain if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Julie, what is caucasity?
When a white person behaves in a way that it's like, for fuck's sake, the caucasity, like you're ridiculous and it's your whiteness showing.
Girl, you nailed it.
Yeah,
Behavior by a
thank you.
white person that demonstrates privilege, ignorance, and
Yep.
often racism.
Yes, fuck off.
What is propaganda?
Oh. Well, it would be propaganda about police officers that imply that they are good and helping society, but they're not because they kill people regularly and don't hesitate.
That's correct. Movies, TV, and other media that glorifies police and police activity.
You know what? Just as much, there are some good police officers. There are also some that are
For sure.
terrible. I don't think they're all terrible, but I certainly do not believe that they are all good. And I don't trust them.
There needs to be top to bottom, like reconfiguration of that whole
100%.
system. They need to go to
100%.
school longer. They need,
So much more training should be
so
involved.
much
Yeah.
training. And so much more rigorous vetting to make
Oh
sure that
my
we don't
God.
get people in there who,
Yeah.
you can't be a cop if you're racist. I'm sorry.
No.
Fuck off.
Yeah. You really shouldn't even be pursuing that job.
Julie, what is a fridge cigarette?
My Diet Coke. And I actually
Right.
resent that bullshit. I resent that bullshit because a cigarette is terrible for you and takes minutes off your life. And a Diet Coke don't do shit. It's 99% water. I'm drinking one right now.
I know. I kind of love that it's called that. Just
It's
I don't know.
funny.
It makes sense
It
to
is
me.
funny.
Yeah. Okay, what is a gravy seal?
I don't know. I don't even have a guess. What's a gravy seal?
So instead of a Navy SEAL, a gravy seal is a term of mockery for a right-wing paramilitary type.
I like it.
So all those fucking gravy seals who went
Oh.
after the Capitol on January 6th, gravy seals.
Disgusting, but great, funny name.
I know. What is a head ass?
The guy in the White House?
Yes, a foolish and ridiculous person.
Yes. I mean, he's worse than that, but still counts.
Julie, if I'm pressed, what's wrong with me?
Ooh, I am overwhelmed by everything that's going on in my life. Too much. I have too much on my plate.
Yeah, you're stressed out. You're upset.
Yeah.
What is sane washing?
Sane washing.
Sane
Would it
washing.
be like removing people from your life that don't keep your sanity intact?
Oh, that's interesting. So sane
Very
washing,
literal.
kind of like brainwashing, but sane washing is the act of making something extreme sound reasonable.
Oh,
So
okay.
our current government is sane washing their behavior.
All of us. Oh, they're attempting to. Yeah.
They're trying
See
to.
through you.
We can still see it.
Yeah.
And then,
we
Julie,
can.
last but not least, what is a situationship?
Oh, it just happens to work out in the time. It's not a relationship you're going to keep, but it works for now. Fills a need.
Technically, it's a romantic or sexual partnership whose members have not defined it officially.
Okay.
So they're seeing each other. It's a situationship. It's not a relationship yet.
All right. Fair. Do what's right for you.
Yeah. Okay, Julie, I would like you to look at your texts and
Oh, I
find
can't wait.
pictures of a
Okay.
weird little creature and tell me what you see.
Oh my God. Okay, it looks exactly like those old toys that you used to squeeze and then his mouth would come out.
Yes.
It's circular belly. Oh, he's cute as fuck. Okay. Circular belly. His mouth looks like a little person whistling. He has
Yes.
red bumps all over him. He's shaped a little bit like a seahorse. So this is in the ocean, yes? What the hell is it? Okay, I don't even have a guess. A bumpy seahorse.
Julie, you're so close. It is a seahorse. It's a pygmy seahorse.
Oh, is it extra tiny?
It's the size of a fingernail.
Shut up.
Okay, let
Oh
me
my
tell you all
gosh.
about a pygmy seahorse.
Tell me about the pygmy seahorse.
Pygmy seahorses comprise several species of tiny seahorse. Let's see, which contains fishes with fused jaws that suck food into tubular mouths. Pygmy seahorses are found in Southeast Asia in the Coral Triangle area. And they kind of look like the coral next to them. So that's how that's a defense mechanism.
Good, they can hide.
They are some of the smallest seahorse species in the world, typically measuring less than 2 centimeters, Julie.
That is so tiny.
It's so very tiny.
It's so tiny. It's amazing anyone even noticed them.
The first pygmy seahorse discovered was Hippocampus bargibanti.
Okay. Bless you.
At least 6 more species were named after 2000. The first species discovered lives exclusively on fan corals and matches their color and appearance. So effective is pygmy seahorse camouflage that it was discovered only when host Georgian was being examined in a laboratory. In 1969, a New Caledonian scientist, Georges Billabant, was collecting specimens of Myricella for the museum, and whilst one of these was on his dissection table, he happened to notice a pair of tiny seahorses.
Oh.
The next year, they were officially named by Whitley as Barbagant's pygmy seahorse. Other species live on soft coral or are free-ranging amongst seagrasses and algae.
Wow. You know what? I didn't even think about if there was more than one type of seahorse. Didn't even occur to me. I know that male seahorses carry the babies. I wonder if that's the same for all seahorses.
Maybe.
Wow. That's so cool. And he's so cute. I can't believe you keep finding creatures I've never seen before. Just as somebody who's watched so much nature programming. But look, you said 2000. That was not long ago.
every once in a while the algorithm works for us. So the algorithm has now learned that I like looking at these like weird little creatures, so it feeds them to me because then I save them in a little folder in
Yes.
my Instagram just
Yes.
for this purpose.
I don't blame you. It's really smart. And then you can look it up and learn more. I love
Yes.
that. That is the moments that, mine has done the same for me, just interesting topics. I got one the other day and I was like, ooh, I've never heard of such a thing. Screenshot. So yeah, it works out.
So unlike other seahorses, they have a single gill opening in the back of the head instead
Oh,
of two on the sides. And the males brood their eggs within the abdomen rather than in a pouch on the tail. Males
wow.
and females are distinguished by openings at the bottom of the trunk. Females have a tiny raised round pore for extruding eggs, and males have a fore and aft slit for accepting them.
Wow. That's so cool. Animals are
Yeah,
so cool.
they
I
are
loved
cool.
that, Addie. I love
Yay.
to learn little things. I also love that our information is just enough for your brain to take it in and remember a sentence or two. Because then I
Hmm.
can tell, and it keeps happening. I'm out and about and I hear something or say something, and I'm like, oh my gosh, did you know? And it's because we've been doing this. I learn
Yeah.
little bits of information I can share with people. He is so cute. I love him.
Oh, I love him too.
And you know
He's so
what?
pretty.
Gary, don't take offense to this. I immediately want to name him Gary. It's just,
Aw.
he's adorable, but he looks like a Gary to me. So cute.
Aw.
All right, friend. Have you got
All
any
right.
joy to spread? Anything you've been watching, seeing, doing, hearing that you can tell me has made you happy this week? I know it's hard.
I've been rewatching The Closer, which is bringing me some joy.
So
Um,
good. So
I've
good. Sarah,
rewatched
Kara
so many
Sedgwick.
other things to the point of like ad nauseum, like I can't
Yeah.
watch them anymore. So I have been rewatching The Closer, and I do love Brenda Lee Johnson. And I
Mm,
don't, I mean, it's hard at this point because is it propaganda? Not really, because they're not telling us that the police are super great. I think, they've got this weird autistic OCD woman who is like
yeah. Yeah.
really
But
good.
I love her. And I think of her more as like an investigator than a police officer. Do you know what I mean? And the
I do.
stories are just so brilliantly written and her character is so perfect. Yeah, it's a really good one. I love that show. I rewatched that recent enough that I can't do it again for a couple years, but I love that. That was good. That's a good idea. There are so many shows that have been gone for a while that we forget existed that are still great and you can still rewatch.
Yeah.
Um, that's a good one. My dog. Oh, were you done? I want to make sure you
Yeah.
said what you wanted to say. Okay. So, it's been a rough couple days, but I can say that my daughter is bunny sitting for a friend with two bunnies, which I've sent you pictures of before.
Yes.
And she's been putting them in our cat carrier and bringing them to our backyard because their backyard is filled with weeds and lots of like prickles and it's dry and our yard is just lovely. And so watching them run through the yard and bounce, like get excited and get little bursts of energy and then stop to like clean their little faces. I mean, I sat outside with them for like 45 minutes yesterday, just watching them run
Mhm.
around the yard. And it was so simple. It's like that calm, quiet, simple that's like,
Mhm.
it won't last me forever, but in this moment, it's good. And so watching bunnies frolic,
Oh,
man,
bunnies
did me a
frolic.
world. I know. It was so cute. I think she's going to bring them over again tonight because we have to wait till the heat of the day, is gone. And
Yeah.
the afternoon is the hottest time of day here, and the sun doesn't actually set until like 10. So she's been bringing them over at like 7 when it's like
Okay.
dusk.
Yeah.
And it's a little cooler and it's nice for them to be out and play. And they're just so
Mhm.
freaking cute. So if she brings them back over, I'll make a video for you. It's very
Okay.
pleasing.
Bunny video. Bunny video.
Oh yeah, with a little clean when they stop and they lick their little paws and clean their little face. Shut up. It's so cute. I hate it. I hate how much I love it, I should say.
Sure. Cute aggression.
Yeah,
It's
cute
real.
aggression. It's real. You squeeze.
Yes.
That was nice.
It was.
Thanks,
All
my
right.
Addy.
Well, if you guys are still listening, again, rate and review, because if you've gotten this far, obviously you enjoyed this.
Something. You
Or
enjoyed something.
you're trapped into something heavy and you can't turn off your phone and you're still listening.
Then I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I hope you're okay.
I hope you're okay. Yeah. And we're here for
right.
you.
I love you, Julie.
I love you. Bye, honey.
Bye.
Lazy. I wanna be lazy.